Doriva tá aqui. Doriva já tem nome no vídeo. Doriva!
Alright, the intros in different languages are gonna remain a theme. Hola y bienvenidos al fútbol esta semana.
You know man's international now, fam.
I'm flipping sick at languages, mate. Don't. Hello and welcome all to FTW. This, of course, is a series where I bring to you the best and more frequently the worst of what football has to offer online and on social media during the course of a week. There's been somewhat of an international theme here on FTW recently. That also seems to be the case on my Twitter. There's apparently an FNG for every single nation these days. I don't know what's going on. You can follow my Twitter down in the description. We seem to have a Romanian version of me, okay? There's a Groot version of me. That's not even a nationality. And then there's a dead me. Are you see? What's even the point? Anyway, moving back onto the topic at hand, and football is absolutely constant at the moment. Fantasy football is an absolute myth. I've missed more deadlines than I did in my first year of uni. But Arsenal versus Leicester City was one of the first games back for a new game week, and with positive results for the North London side, they were going into the game. You didn't even let me finish setting up the joke, man. Arsenal dropped points with a 1-1 draw against Leicester in a game they really should have won. An Aubameyang goal set up by English wonderkid Bukayo Saka set Arsenal on their way, only for their progress to be derailed by a red card for Eddie Nketiah, whose appearance, like my love life, was vastly disappointing, resulted in leaving the premises after 4 minutes, and almost ended in absolutely catastrophic injuries. Don't ask questions. Don't ask. Listen. It's worth noting that having come on as a substitute in around the 70th minute and been sent off 4 minutes later, he didn't actually touch the ball whatsoever. He barely got a glimpse of the spherical object rolling around the pitch. His appearance would have genuinely fitted into a vine. All he did was waste his money on a bus ticket to get to the stadium. There wasn't even any point. Right now, Eddie, we're 1 goal up. I need you to use your energy, to use your pace to really stretch the defense, especially on counters. We're probably going to be sitting back. It's up to you to be explosive going forward. I'll be real with you, it was a deserved red card, there was no intent, it was just a rash challenge, but where is the consistency with the officials and more namely VAR? Jamie Vardy was not shown a red card for seemingly intentionally kicking out and catching Shkodran Mustafi's face in the first half. I mean, that's only what Arsenal fans have been wanting to do to Mustafi for about 2 years now, but that's beside the point. Arsenal Fan TV's Troops posted about it on his Insta. Someone replied saying, you know, fair enough, but Nketiah's red card was deserved. The response wasn't exactly the friendliest. Elsewhere, Manchester City may have peppered Newcastle 5-0, but we're not going to forget about that Southampton game, lads.
I'm rapidly falling out of love with football. I just wonder what's the point anymore, you know.
Now, the league's former champions may have absolutely dominated on the stats front, but it was a wonder goal from Che Adams that was the deciding factor. Like, what's he thinking? Man's shooting from 45 yards. Is he mad? I've got this all day. Che Adams now with his first Premier League goal since joining for Southampton. Maybe this can really kickstart those title hopes he was talking about. It's mad when you think about it, innit? Southampton and City going from those noughts and crosses, and now look at them. If you think about it right, this was actually a Jurgen Klopp masterclass. We intentionally lose 4-0 to Manchester City to convince the board into thinking we'll need reinforcements in the summer transfer window, only to create a situation where Manchester City become far too complacent and then lose to Southampton anyway. Over at Crystal Palace, Chelsea defeated the Eagles 3-2 in a very entertaining football match, and it all came with help from a very in-form and quite brilliant Christian Pulisic. The man's 2 plump batty cheeks away from being Eden Hazard. Chelsea did, however, concede to Christian Benteke, and I'll be brutally honest with you, I think they should have 2 points taken away for that alone. 2020 is wild when you think about it. Che Adams and Christian Benteke scoring in the same week. There's probably better odds of seeing a dinosaur in your local corner shop than that. For one of the goals, former Chelsea defender Gary Cahill ended up going down injured. Chelsea went up the other end and scored anyway. The fact he's a former player and the fact that they completely disregarded his health means it can only be a Housery award for Chelsea. Elsewhere, Tottenham beat Everton thanks to a Michael Keane own goal, but it was a slightly bumpy ride. Hugo Lloris and Heung-min Son clashing just as the players went off for half-time was a notable one. Has Hugo actually forgotten this man has legitimately served in the South Korean military? He's got a flashbang in his back pocket. He's on a 15 kill streak, and you want to talk to him about his tracking back. It would seem as though Tottenham, however, were spurred on. Did you get it? Did you see what I did there? By that 3-1 defeat they had the I talked about last time against Sheffield United. One thing I missed was Ben Davies even taking the knee at the fact that a black player scored against him. A really nice touch, to be fair. Listen, I'm not one of them racists, mate, but listen, these brown people, alright, coming expecting me to kneel for them. What do you mean? Who even is this Marxist guy? Anyway, sounds like a knobhead.
Still, it was a risk to do what he did, keeping it in.
Good job he's tipped that wide. Creeping into the top corner, that was. Over at Manchester United, and Dan James is trying to throw some shapes. And it, poof, poof, and it, poof, poof. The shapes are two-dimensional, at best. Probably even one-dimensional. Staying with the United theme and onto Andreas Pereira's Twitter account, he was looking for some people to play Warzone with. Someone replied saying, probably performing like how you do on the pitch. To which Andreas replied, nobody cares what you tweet. Fellow Manchester United fan Mike throws his opinion into the mix, saying too loud for a player that's played in 8 different positions and served up nothing in any of them. Hope this helps. To which Andreas replied again, saying, nobody cares what you tweet either. Hope this helps. You know what? I'll allow it, Andreas. You're out of the gulag on like a 2-week parole. We'll see what happens after that. You might get locked up again, geezer. Why do boys sound 10 times sexier when they're angry?
This team's finished! Finished!
Over at Liverpool, and Trent Alexander-Arnold forgot that he's even meant to be lining up before the game starts. Safe, man, thanks. I forgot about that. We won the league 2 weeks ago. How are you still drunk, man? Relegation threatened. Watford rescued a win with an acrobatic bicycle kick from Danny Welbeck against Norwich. I'll be surprised if he didn't strain his hamstring whilst going for it, to be fair. And if you're Norwich, I'm sorry, you're going down. If you're conceding a bicycle kick to Welbeck, you're going in the gulag. Now, over in Spain, and there was the most ridiculous fixture between Sevilla and Eibar, where in the 56th minute, midfielder Lucas Ocampos scored for his side, Sevilla. Into the 100th minute, and their keeper, Thomas Vaklik, has to go off injured. Up steps Lucas Ocampos, who's previously scored in the game, to go in between the sticks as a substitute can't come on. He pulls off an incredible save in the final minute from the opposition's goalkeeper, and Sevilla end up winning the game. A hero at both ends of the pitch, scoring at one and then making an incredible save at the other. Now, you know what? I've recorded a couple of TikTok videos recently and I'm kind of back into the app, so I think I'm just gonna hit it up, just quickly scroll through and see what's occurring. Nah, surely not. No. This is a crossover that nobody needed. Lads, I don't know what to tell you, but Neymar's got a TikTok, lads. You know what? It's fine. Before we cancel him, let's give him a chance. Let's take a little look. Immediate cancellation.
Pô, secão, meu.
At least he's able to reenact his face when he finds out his sister's sleeping with someone other than him. Over in Middlesbrough, fans of the Teesside club were happily driving through the town when they realised that their new manager, Neil Warnock, was in fact cycling in front of them in the club's full kit.
Love you, Neil.
Yeah, son. Mate.
A former French youth coach suggested that Celtic's Odsonne Edouard and Kylian Mbappe would be a perfect strike partnership. Yeah, no, I don't see anything wrong with it. Kylian, get yourself over to Glasgow, son. Mate, I can't wait to see him raving in bamboo on a Saturday night. Hello all, and welcome to The Beautiful Game, the segment where we take a look at the poetic and brilliant side of the game that we love. We are back by popular demand for yet more glorious beauty. And that concludes The Beautiful Game. Closer to home, and Sheffield United striker Ollie McBurney seemed to be giving a very vivid account of a story in a pre-match warm-up. But what exactly was he saying?
In that position, I just have to smash it.
In Spain, and Real Betis midfielder Nabil Fekir didn't seem too happy with the use of VAR. And finally, one group of guys have got together to recreate some of the best Premier League moments over the last month in their back garden. And the David Luiz one is genuinely genius.
De Bruyne. Oh, it was a mistake by David Luiz, and Sterling this time. Mahrez. Could be in. Down he goes, Anthony Taylor. Points for the penalty. It's been a traumatic evening for the controversial Brazilian.
Oh, he's red carded him as well. He's gone.
But now it is time for Still 0-0, and you guys know the score by now. This is a segment of the show where I bring to you the best of Sunday League and amateur football. Now, with what's going on in the world, there's been plenty of precautions and measures that people can take to stay safe when it comes to playing football with their friends. We've seen the likes of socially distanced football last week, and that trend is continuing here in the amateur world as well, with socially distant walls for free kicks. Now, immediately, a little bit of suspicion as to whether this is going to work. Kind of the whole premise of the wall is that there's no gaps in it. You wouldn't build a house and there's just bare gaps between the bricks, would you? Kind of defeats the purpose. Anyway, on to the rest now. Over in Italy, a Serie A defender by the name of Patrick was sent off for biting an opponent during the course of this week. The lockdown diet really getting to him, it would seem. Not sure where this next clip is from, but wherever it is, the authorities need to be informed. For just £3 a month, you can stop defender cruelty. And finally, once again, destination unknown here. We've got a very interesting arrangement of the seats in the crowd. Someone may want to rethink that one just a little bit. Not too sure about it. But anyway, that is going to be it for football this week, and I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course, subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @theofficialfng on Twitter and on Insta. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.